And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
We got crude oil today, kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon, friends and traders. Welcome to Market Recap. I am Dan Hodgman. It is Tuesday, December 7th. Hope you guys all had a good day. No news is good news for these stock markets as they continue their grind higher. So does crude oil. Both of those really taking off here today. No doubt about that. Crude oil opens up this morning and takes a little pullback, gives a little bit of relief. It continues or extends the relief that we saw towards the tail end of that London session. But from there, that market really started to take off to the upside. And then towards the afternoon, we saw a nice little pullback. Nothing to be concerned about here if you're on the long side of things. Just a little bit of weakness in the uptrend that we've seen here over the last few days. Equities, on the other hand, left that opening range at the dead low and rocket shipped to the upside. Both S&Ps and NASDAQ, really strong upside moves. There's really no arguing this. You know, you take a look at what happened off the open. You see that it makes no attempt to go lower. Look for this directional move to continue. We have no questionable news coming out. That's going to be the signal here for this equity market, and that's exactly what happened there. Gold, on the other hand, quite a choppy morning. Opened up above settlement price, went and made new lows, rallied up a little bit more, ending the day near overnight highs and yesterday's swing highs. So kind of a choppy day, but nothing terrible. Euro, on the other hand, we had the overnight. We've been maintaining trend to the downside. Overnight was moving lower. That market opened up and did the opposite here and started grinding higher, started to make some new highs. And our 10-year note, another down day, right? No surprise here. Fears and concern has kind of relaxed a little bit, and you're seeing the flight to risk is on. So that risk on is going on right now. You're seeing them peel out of those risk off scenarios. So you've got notes kind of breaking down a little bit, and that's why you see the euro continuing this downtrend. And gold is still trying to figure out the pattern, right? Because gold has a little bit more going on. It does have inflation to be concerned about. And so we got that going on with the gold market. So market's moving across the board. No major news, like I said, except for unless you're an Amazon user, you're seeing some concerns over there in Amazon. They've had themselves kind of a rough day here today. I know everyone's kind of seeing some issues with their web services. Disney Plus, Netflix, Coinbase, everyone's kind of having some issues. So if you notice any issues, just be conscious of that. They're just having some issues with their tech. Hopefully get that stuff up and running here soon. As a reminder, or I think not a reminder, but as an update, Thursday there will be no recap. As a matter of fact, I'll be sitting down with founder and CVO here of Top Step, Michael Patak. So make sure you guys join us on Thursday. That is going to be during the recap time at 3 p.m. Central Time. We're going to sit down, take questions, kind of like we have been doing quite a bit here over the last year. Got some exciting stuff coming out. I think, one of the things that we've seen such a common question over the last few Q&As is Sierra Charts. Well, Sierra Charts is back, and so that's going to be one of the things we're talking about among many other things. So make sure you guys come and join us. Really looking forward to that one. Let's go ahead and take a look at our charts here and see what we had going on here today. Alrighty, as always, we're starting. Let me pull up the right chart here. Euro up on accident, meant to keep up crude oil. So crude oil maintaining trend to the upside. Crude oil settlement price yesterday, 69.49. Market opens up, makes the attempt to push lower. It really does. But truthfully, what I want to kind of get our eyes on is notice how we've kind of maintained this directional move ever since the market started making new highs. New high, new high. Market, all we're seeing here is just a little break off of the high side of trend. Market opens up, gives a little bit of relief, makes an attempt lower, but attracts no information. It attracts no new sellers to close the gap, possibly down to settlement price. Again, 69.49 was that settlement price. Market struggles to get down there off the open. As a matter of fact, it flips pretty darn quickly and starts taking off to the upside. So to me, right here at this 9 o'clock mark, we started to see the market giving us a little bit of a pullback. That's going to be an opportunity for a directional move. Now, you got to ask yourself, we've been maintaining, we're finding this market rejecting multiple times up here on the high side of this channel. What are we going to do? That's where I'm going to be a little bit more hesitant to take the long here because I'm not a huge breakout trader. Now, if you're looking for breakouts, this is a great chance. We traded above. We're showing acceptance. We're holding above that. We got a pullback right down too. You got an opportunity for a long and possibly potential really big upside move here. Ended up only being $1, but good chance if you're looking for the breakout. Me, personally, I'm not taking this trade because I don't like to look for breakout trades. I'm not looking for a market to break out of something I'm looking at and extend. I'm looking for my consistency to work. Now, on the flip side, I'm looking at the same thing here, and I'm thinking there's a great potential for a breakout, okay? And if that's something that you as a trader are comfortable taking, take the trade, a great opportunity. But for me, you guys know me, I'm really not looking for the huge breakouts. Now, I'm going to struggle to sell this market, so I got to wait for a little bit more of a pullback. And as we kind of started to see in the overnight session, this market was establishing kind of a nice low side, a little bit tighter than what we've seen day over day. This market has not kind of continued with just the 2 points that we're seeing here. Really hasn't continued there. So we'll want to kind of start to think about, man, do we have to tighten this up? What are we going to look for here going forward? But for me, I'm going to tighten it up a little bit. Going to look at this on a little bit smaller time frame. And I'm going to look for simple pullbacks down to a point of an extreme for me. Now, I do run multiple channels. I run daily channels. I run shorter time frame channels. Those are things that I'm looking at. Going to look at constant opportunity. So, got to have a couple different lenses when you're looking at these markets. Next, let's go ahead and look at the S&P 500. And by the way, hey, look at this. My microphone worked today. Did not forget to turn the volume on. All right, so S&P. Market opens up, and what does it do? Boom. Right to the upside. No hesitation. This is where you're looking for momentum play. This is where price action and watching order flow is really going to be a beneficial trait to be able to use, right? Because you've got a market opening up down here, let's call it 67, and in the first half hour it runs pretty heavily to the upside. You know, S&P's up from yesterday's settlement price all the way down here at 45.90, up 3%. Looking for this market to continue, right? So we get the quick move. This is where here, that first half hour, if you're trying to catch the long, you really got to start paying attention to price action and order flow and recognizing where the momentum is. Looking a little bit tighter there. That's something I think we need to be paying attention. You got to start to kind of think about if you're going to look to take these initial moves. Now, if that's not the case, waiting for this market to slow up and look for your opportunity. Now here, towards the end of the day, or basically starting 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock this morning, 92 hit hard and broke every time. So this is where you can start to look for some small little scrapings, picking up a little bit of crumb. Break those, noticing 92 continues to break. Maybe you're looking for where the market's going to start to bounce. You're going to run it to 92, get out. Wait for the market to break a little bit. We get a move back down here to our 20 EMA. And this, to me, was probably, for those of you that are a little bit more patient, a little bit more focused on the risk side of things, because this initial move, it's really difficult to get in while managing your risk unless you get in right from the open and you just put your stop possibly down here towards the moving average. But if you're not, this is really where a good chance started to come in. It pulls back to our moving averages. We got a target of 92 up above. That could have been a great opportunity. Next, let's look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, very similar. But here's the difference with the NASDAQ. What do we look at? What have we been watching up here? This unchecked point of control up here at 16,338. Unchecked point of control. Market opens up, leaves the opening range at the dead low of the day, means directional day. Now you got more opportunity as this market's trending higher to be able to take advantage of that. This is where I'm going to start to look for small pullbacks to see if I can take the long and run that up to that unchecked point of control. That's where this market hit the wall. And then the same thing, just like S&P, this market got the break towards the end of the day near that 20-period moving average. And there's another opportunity here, again, for those looking for a little bit bigger of a pullback to take advantage of the long move. Same opportunity here. Now, let's see in this overnight session, do we make acceptance up above this point of control? It's going to be my question here. Let's see if we can do it. No news may lead to some good opportunity there. All right, next, let's look at the gold market. Like you said, gold, a little choppy here. Opens up above settlement, breaks below. Settlement is $1779.50. $1779.50 is our settlement price down here, which happens to be just a few cents above today's value area low. Market opens up, breaks below. Now, you guys saw this with John. Once John was talking, this is when the market started to make its upside move. What are we going to look for if we're getting into this upside move? I'm going to wait until this market accepts above settlement price, which we got right here at 9 o'clock this morning. Market accepts above settlement price. I'm going to take my long. I'm going to put my stop probably on the other side of yesterday's point of control and value low. I'm going to put my stop on that, see if I can extend to high side of range. What are we seeing as consistent high side? Well, we got a swing high yesterday. We got a double top in the overnight. So I'm going to look for a move from probably right around that settlement price of $79.50, and I'm going to look to take this market right up here to about 85. So that's a nice $6.50 move in the gold market. That to me was the best move. Great opportunity there. Now, of course, you can always find different opportunities in the markets. We're all looking at things a little bit different. All right, next, let's go ahead and look at the euro. Like I said, euro still maintaining trend to the downside. We're still making regular trading hour lows each and every day for the last week or so. This market continues the downtrend. Here's the difference. This market opened up and extended lower, but got a little life. We saw a directional move to the upside. Now, for me, what I'm looking here off the open, we start to see this strength. And once I see strength starting to weaken, I'm going to look for a short opportunity. But because we failed to make new lows and this market started to grind back higher, I'm going to get out of that trade. And now I got to ask myself, where's the high side of this possible channel? Right? Well, I'm going to start looking at all these regular trading hour, or these previous highs, right? We're making lower highs. We still are. So I'm going to look and see maybe this market's actually making an attempt to move to high-sided channel. So trend hasn't changed. In the grand scheme of things, trend has not changed. We're still maintaining, trend to the downside. We're just bouncing off extremes, which we've seen a few times here where this market works low to high. Low, grinding, high. Low to high. Low, finally makes another low down here. Is this thing going to continue the grind to the upside? We'll have to see how that goes. All right, lastly, 10-year note. Yields continue to move up a little bit. You got notes breaking once again. Yields are up, notes are down. Market just continuing downtrend, which we have seen for the last 2.5 days, give or take. Maintaining trend to the downside. Opens up, initial move is lower. Market continues in that direction. Opening range trade here sets up really nicely for us. We recognize that. We look for pullbacks. We take our short to continue with directional move on the day. All right, so some good opportunity out there. Hope you guys were able to take advantage of it. It is Tuesday, so the week is going smooth. I hope you guys checked out today's Coach's Playbook. We deviated from trading talk. We talked a little bit about what's going on in the markets, but we, for the most part, deviated from trading. We talked movies. We want your guys' thought. Is Die Hard really a Christmas movie? It's been a big debate here at Top Step, and so curious to hear your guys' thoughts. Ricardo, good to see you. Vince, Daryl, Mo, Level 2, good to see you. Frederico, Scott, Burrow Investments bought 5 micro at 46.54, sold it up at 46.83. Nice. 29-point move. Gotta love that. That's always a good feeling. You know, there's no better feeling than a good quality, big ticket move like that. So great job there. Norman, good to see you as well. All right, so what we got going on? Let's take a quick glance at our Bitcoin here. Oops, wrong chart there. Bitcoin finally got a little bit of an update. $50,885 a coin there. Whoops, wrong thing. Let's open up the right tab here. Our Airbnb stock up just slightly here today, $183.14. Remember, we're coming to the end of the year. By end of year, we're going to look back and see what we did on the 2 buys we had. Remember, we bought Bitcoin for $34,000. We bought Airbnb at $148. So we got money in both our buys that we've held on to for this whole year and really never had them go against us too much. Remember, we bought those at the first of last year. We're going to do the same here when we get back after New Year's. We're going to take a look. We're going to come up with a few different potential buy opportunities that we can just watch throughout the whole year because it's enjoyable to watch those things. AMC, one of the meme stocks, has a little bit of an update today, $31.04. GameStop, just like everything. Everything seems to be getting a little bit of excitement to the upside, getting the bid, moving higher. GameStop, $177.81. Tesla, $1,051.75. Robinhood, up day, but still struggling, $22.73. Rivian's the down one, right? A lot of questions around Rivian. They're high valuation of a company, market cap of $102 billion, but still haven't actually produced a vehicle. We'll see what happens when they start actual production. And the VIX, no surprise here. We're seeing last week VIX is in the 30s. Yesterday, I think we said was 27. Now it's down to 22.04. So really, no bad news is good news. And the VIX is showing exactly that. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Big number tomorrow. Crude oil, 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Crude on the grind to the upside. What's the numbers going to be? We'll have to pay attention. And don't forget, Thursday, jobless claims, CPI on Friday as well. So just a couple other numbers coming out the rest of the week. Other than that, pretty quiet week here. And last but not least, we'll get this date in history, and then we'll get the heck on out of here. I think there's one worth noting. On this day, 1941, Pearl Harbor happened. And so we all know that one. I was fortunate enough about 6 years ago. I was down there for the anniversary. And pretty cool experience being a Marine myself. I was sitting at a restaurant in just outside Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, and a Pearl Harbor survivor, Marine, got up and pulled out his harmonica and played the Marine Corps hymn, which was a pretty spectacular and pretty surreal moment for me. So that was pretty awesome. So that happened on this day, 1941. So that's what I got for us here today. I'm going to go ahead and sign on out. Don't forget, John will be back tomorrow morning, 7:45 a.m. Central Time with the market forecast. And one more time, just as a reminder, on Thursday will not be a recap. Rather, it'll be Q&A with me and founder of Top Step, Michael Patak. So looking forward to fielding some questions, chatting with you guys, and seeing what we got going on. So hope to see you all there. Everybody else, have a great day. Take care. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Trade smart and trade well. Look forward to seeing you guys in the markets. Take care, everybody.